17th of November and Kirk and I have come to the allotment.
It's actually the 18th.
Is it? It says in the car the 17th.
18th.
Oh, it's the 18th.
Take 4.
And it's quite a glorious morning. Considering it's November, mid-November. The sun's out. It's a bit like a spring morning, to be fair. It's about 11 Celsius, or so it says in the car, but the car's lying to me. So yeah, we've come down today to get rid of the compost bin that I made and make a new one. We've been to Annie and Peter and collected pallets, and I also have a boot full of pallets, and we're gonna take down the old structure and put up a new one. We was at Annie and Peter's allotment house earlier, and we got all these pallets from there, and if you can see that it says GB Great British, or Great Britain even, and HT, which stands for heat treated. That's what you want as your pallets. That just means that it's not going to break down as quick, it's not going to biodisintegrate, if that's the right word, as quick, so which means that you'll have a longer lasting compost bin. That's the plan. Right, so Kirk's just leaving to go and fetch some slabs from a kind lady who's donating them, and it might be a gentleman actually, I'm not too sure. And I'm going to take down this structure, completely get rid of it. So the only thing I like really about this structure is the size of it. When you're doing compost, you need to make sure that, sorry ladies and gentlemen, but in this case size does really matter. So basically you need to make sure that you've got a large enough structure so that the compost can basically get to a high enough temperature to turn into compost, because all the bits and pieces that you're putting in it, like wood chip, manure as well, and kitchen stuff, like, you know, and weeds and things, they need to be able to break down, and the only way that they can break down is via heat. So everything that you're putting in to the compost bin is creating heat, and that causes it to break down. So if the smaller the structure, the less likely it is to reach a high enough temperature that was Kirk, to break down. So that's our plan, is to get rid of this structure, hopefully keep a reasonable size, and create a structure which is going to last a little bit longer than this one, which would probably only last about 6 months. So let's get cracking! Da 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 da. He's just come back from going and fetching all the what are they called? Slabs.
I didn't get the slabs.
Did you not get them?
Couldn't get it all in with all the green manure.
Oh yeah, so he went to go and fetch some green for us to use in the compost bin, but it was quite smelly, and I've been doing a little bit of research, and guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you're supposed to use smelly green manure, because it's no good. Like, it's no good for your compost that you're trying to make. I might be wrong. Hey ho, what do I know? So he's literally just taken the wood chips and is about to put them on the ground. So it's going to put them here. It's going to level that out. Now, the reason that... Stop laughing. So the reason that we're doing that is because we're going to A, create a base, so it just levels the ground out. And B, it also creates a first layer of brown for our compost, yeah. Because we jumped the gun slightly with the compost and composting all our green manure and brown also. We're now having to, well, Kirk's now having to collect it all up, which it's actually done quite well. How long has it been in there, Kirk?
For a couple of weeks. It's already like that. Apart from the bits we've just recently put in.
And that's from the bin that looks a bit like a Dalek. So it does work, it does break it down, but we just want something that's on a bigger scale. So we're gonna use the pallets to create a new one. But the boss wants it bin 1, where he's digging now, and then he wants a bin 2 here, just here, and then bin 3. And he wants it on a, so he can have it as a rotational system, so that he can start off over where he is now, and as soon as that's started to break down and sink down in bin 1, he can rotate it into bin 2, and then bin 3 will be the final product, so on and so forth.
You're doing a cracking job. Do you want to tell the viewers what you're doing?
Well, I'm just trying to like use a hammer and chisel to get these off, but I just think there's an easier method. I just think I might just saw it just to save time, because I'm going to use these blocks to connect them together, to connect the whole thing together. So I'm going to give it a bash for this for a minute, but if it gets on my nerves too much, I'm just going to saw it. So
I'm going to watch and
have a brew.
have a cup of tea. Yeah, that is very tedious. You could just get the machine and go straight through it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or even just a handsaw.
Bit of firewood. So that's what you're going to do for the rest of it there. Obviously up there. No.
Is there a reason why you just ducked down and popped up?
I was looking at a book. But there is a reason why we're not putting cardboard down on this part, and that's because obviously we want the worms to find our compost and break it down. So wood chips are good for producing heat, if you remember what I said a few videos back. So get that down on the first get that down get that down on the first level layer. Yeah, that's good anyway.
So rather than drilling this in, this part anyway, we've decided to put a bit of wire on the outside.
That'll do.
And then that just makes it quick release, so that, because we're short, we are really actually quite short, so when it comes to turning everything over, we can take this part off, pull it down as well. Summer can help. We can pull it down and turn it all over, turn all the compost over. Actually, wasn't my idea, that one. That was Kurt's idea. Quite a good idea.
We're going to call it the Q.R.S, quick release system. It's our new invention into gardening.
Probably isn't. Someone's probably already thought of it.
They probably have already thought of it, but you know, I'm in my limelight here. What are you laughing at?
God's sake. We're complete amateurs and we're literally telling people what to do. Oh my god. Yep. So there we are. The Q.R.S system.
That's it, well done. It works, doesn't it?
Well, don't know yet. It's not tried and tested yet. Right.
It's supposed to be a gardening show, not a comedy show.
Now to make.
Too much morale.
Now to make the sliding doors. Right, so I'm thinking, Kurt wanted to do this, which would be a really easy way. But I don't like the idea, so it's my structure, so I'm going to decide. I kind of want it so that it actually slides up and down. But Kirk was saying, why not just put one of these stakes in toward it? Which I do like the idea. Now I'm doing it because it's easy. But
it's all about speed.
yeah, but with your new
Q.R.S
system, I just think that the structure,
it looks flimsy, but you've not got this side connected up yet.
yeah, but it will,
But that's why I wasn't going to use that. I was going to use another pallet, this here. So if you put this on, then you get the Q.R.S system wrapped around this piece and that piece. Would you like to just explain to the viewers what's happened?
what has just happened?
Well, this piece of wood is just changed.
Yes, we've changed it, and the reason being is because as I felt it, as I was lifting it, it was quite heavy actually. So I thought, rather than being stubborn, that I would go with Clark's method of putting the pallet in. So, and it just looks nicer because everything else is made out of pallets. So we've changed it for a pallet. We're going to carry on with the knocking in of these two here and here, but it's still quite a sturdy structure even without those, because we've connected some more wire onto this. There's Kirk's Q.R.S system.
It works, doesn't it?
It does. I know that Charles Dowding, he builds his whole structure with wire, and it's good because it works, but I would like to make it so that we do have the sliding door here, kind of sliding door here, so that when we do go from compost bin 1 to compost bin 2 and 3, it just makes it an easier process to be able to chuck over the fresh compost
into the empty bin, which is also turning it over. So we're chucking it from the bin into there, which is classed as turning your compost over.
Yeah, it just makes it quicker.
Yeah.
It's a quicker method rather than taking the whole thing apart or taking this apart, wheeling it through here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I quite like that little idea, and I quite like your idea. So together we've made it. Also, we're going to fill it with cardboard.
Yeah, we'll do that now, and then we'll show you what it looks like when it's done.
So we've added the cardboard around the edges. We've added our compost, or what we've started to compost. I've added 2 planks here and here and a back, just because I'm going to put a lid on it. And Kirk has just gone and got some manure, and he's going to come and add a bit of brown, quite literally, to the mix.
Oh, that's so easy. Q.R.S. system, get on it.
This. So we've literally just put in a path.
That's the cardboard, wood chips on top.
And the exits are here, here, here and here.
Just the wood chips here, ready to do 2, 3.
There.
It's not just a really wide path, it's going to have the beds there.
Yep.
So,
Not the beds,
yeah. Come up to about
the compost bins.
here we measured it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Literally almost just
almost
over,
level with this, to be
yeah,
honest.
the fruit cage.
Structures on the outside. Wood chips as your path, as your deterrent for slugs and snails, and your nice little veggies in the middle.
Right, I'll show you the compost bin. We've put a little lid on it, but we need to put our hinges on, just so we can lift it up. Eventually it'll be like that. There's compost already in it. Well, not compost, but a bit of manure, a bit of brown, a bit of green. Manure. We've put the cardboard around the outside to keep it nice and toasty for the winter. And the reason we've put a lid on, because you don't have to do this, but obviously during the winter you're going to get rain and things, so it's just a bit of extra protection from the rain. So I might cover that in something. I've bought something which I think might waterproof it slightly, so I'll come down with that tomorrow and give it a blast, see what happens. But yeah, so that's the end of it, the end of today. So let's go from the gate, from the other side. Oh, the batteries have run out as well, by the way, so the plot is not going to be secure tonight. So the end of the day, this is what it looks like thus far.
Top this bit up as well.
Oh yeah.
So obviously it's worn down with all the weight of the wheelbarrow going in and out. In and out, in and out, in and out.
So the path's raised up slightly again. Figure of 8 is back, which has now been turned into a double P with the extra bit that we just did for the pathway.
Looks smart now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that little structure we've just built. Looks cool.
Yeah, it'll be good when you get another 2 in there.
So November 18th, just about to go and pick the daughter up. End of day. Bye for now.
See you on the next one. Stay tuned.